It's Friday, you guys. Woo! Memorial Day weekend. Let's go! It is Friday, man. Our phone number is 877-937-1047. You can text us. You text JJR, whatever's on your mind, to 96893. What a night for the Van Nesses and the Unfugs.
That's right.
As far as graduation goes. Right? My son Dutch graduated last night.
Woo!
And normally I would just say he graduated, but this is going to sound small, but I think people like Kyle and Peyton, you guys will really appreciate this because my last name is Van Ness. Kyle, your last name is?
Unfug.
Peyton?
Whitmore.
We're at the end of the alphabet. We're always last. Always. And at graduation, my two other kids that have graduated, Kemp and Jake, they were last, right? Dutch, this was out of all the accomplishments this kid has had, and he's had quite a few, to me the greatest was he was the first one to get his diploma last night. The first one.
Very first one.
That's
That's a pretty big deal.
And it wasn't like, it's not like he was valedictorian. It's because he was school president. And so he got to be the first one. And I was that made me like so relieved. I don't know why. I think it's because we're always in the back.
And you have to wait. And then you have to time it because you can kind of see them way far up and be like, okay, they're almost there. 2 more. Get my camera ready.
Yeah, he was the first one. Like they go, I put the video up on Instagram. Dutch Diego Van Ness. He gets up there, he shakes the hand. I'm like, wow, right. And then I'm like, I guess we can go. And then Blake's like, we have to wait till after. I'm like, oh yeah. That part took a long time, so now I don't know what's better. Just wait to the end because, hey, my kid's going to graduate last. That's cool. We're ready to go.
Yeah, well, you can go get a drink at the concession stand.
He graduates in the beginning, and then we had to wait hours.
I thought that was pretty cool, though, that he was senior class president. I didn't realize that Dutch was class president, and I wish, that's one of my regrets in high school. I wish I would have ran for student council. I think that's really cool to be involved in your school, and I think when you look back at it, that's like a huge accomplishment and achievement.
Oh, that's
so
very
I thought
cool
that was pretty dope. Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I was president of the school, not president of the class, and I thought it was awesome because that meant I didn't have to plan the reunion.
Wait.
Now Dutch gets to plan the reunion.
Did you speak at your graduation?
No.
Okay, because I thought that somebody spoke.
I think it's just class president.
Oh, so get this. So yesterday, because he had to be there at a certain time, right? So the thing started at 8:00, and he had to be there like at 6:30 or something. So Blake went to drop him off, and then I was feeding the dogs, and that was our teamwork. She comes home, and she's like, the line to get into the school goes all the way back to the Safeway. We're going to have to take an Uber to get to the school. And I'm like, oh. And it's so funny because Uber, I'm like, I don't want to talk to the driver. I don't want to. And then Jake says, let's get a Waymo. I'm like, yeah. Blake's, anti-Waymo. Like, Blake, it's a 1/4 mile drive. We can take the Waymo. The Waymo shows up at my house, and it is just freaking awesome. It is just awesome.
Don't have to talk to the driver at all.
I was talking to the driver. You can't help. Hey, you can just let us out, right? Oh, wait, it's not a real car. It's so weird.
Nobody's there.
Excuse me, invisible man in front.
Across from the school is a business called Bricks Dance School. And I was like, drop us off at Bricks. But I'm like, turn here. But it has its own agenda, It's so, if you don't know what a Waymo is, it's a driverless car. So we park there, and then we walk into the whole thing. And then after the thing starts and Dutch gets his diploma, a couple things happen. I didn't want to post too much last night on my actual feed, so I'm going to post, in fact, when I'm done telling the story. He gets his diploma, and he's walking back to his seat. And his diploma, he's trying to be cute. He opens up the diploma like he's talking on the phone, like a flip phone, So he starts. His diploma flies out.
Oh no! Where'd it go?
He doesn't see it.
Oh no!
So we're yelling, "Your diploma's out! Your diploma!" And we can't hear him. He can't hear us. And there's the diploma. You see it in the grass. All these people are walking up, and then he FaceTimes us. Like, he's partying in the front row, and he's like, Mom, Dad, what's up? We're like, your diploma fell out!
Did he rescue it eventually?
Eventually, yeah. But the video...
Is it all trampled on?
No. The video, I'm going to post a video shortly where you can just see this thing fly out gingerly and land in the grass.
Boy, your kids are for sure your kids. That would so happen to you.
I know. Anyway, it was crazy. And then I was also thinking at the same time, it's like, I wish we had a split screen of what Kyle was going through, because you had to go to your son's game and then your niece's graduation.
My son had the championship game. So it wasn't just any other game. It was the championship game of the whole season. And I was kind of stressed about whether or not I was going to be able to make both or have to leave the game early. But they played their hearts out, but they got their butts kicked.
Oh,
and they lost 22-1, and the game went really fast. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to stay for the whole game because I want to be there afterwards. He was still excited because they give finalist rings to second place and they give trophies to the first place. And so he was like, okay with the loss. But I was like, okay, take your ring. Let's go. And we had to like rush over to the graduation. The parking, like you said, John Jay, just a total nightmare. But that was to be expected, right? We're walking up to the actual football field and we're like, are they calling names yet? We had no idea if we were going to get there in time. And they literally, when we got there, there was like a musical performance, one speaker, very short, and then they start calling the names.
Wow.
We just barely made it, and it was like perfect timing, and it was awesome. My niece was like, she didn't actually want to walk. She wanted to just opt out of the whole graduation, and my sister's like, you should really do it. And I think she was really glad that she did, because it was kind of like an emotional evening, and it's a big accomplishment graduating high school. You should celebrate it.
You know, it's funny when you said that Easton's team got blown out 21-1, and you're like, but he didn't care. And I thought you were going to say, because he was getting a snow cone. Snow cone.
No, I was really surprised. Like, he takes losses really hard usually. Like, it's Tier Factory usually. But I was really proud of how he dealt with it. He's grown a lot this season.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm taking a ring over a trophy any day.
Yeah.
That's right. Ring goes everywhere.
Tier
Trophy everywhere.
Factory was my wife all day yesterday.
Sure, yeah.
Dutch
The
put
last
on,
one.
He put on the gown. Like hours before, and she was in another room. She walks in and sees him, and he had like no shirt on, but he had the gown over, no shirt, and she starts crying. And she's crying.
Oh, that's the last
Because
one.
he's the baby.
Yeah.
I'm like, wrap it up. They're done. All right. You're never more than 30 minutes from Kendrick and SZA tickets. Keep listening for your cue to leave us a talk back. Now, before all that, Kyle, what's coming to 3 things you need to know?
It is official. It's kind of the end of an era. You can say goodbye to the penny. By early 2026, they will not be making them anymore. I guess apparently it costs more to make them than they're worth, so the mint's been losing millions of dollars just to keep Lincoln in circulation. They said, yep, we're not going to do that anymore. You can still spend them if you got them, but don't be shocked when you see prices start getting rounded up or down, but let's be honest, they're probably going to round them up. Turns out being bored may be your brain's secret superpower. So a study found that boredom can actually boost creativity and help reduce stress. People who sat through dull tasks like mindless clicking ended up activating brain zones tied to imagination. But here's the catch, doom scrolling on social media, that short circuits the process. So next time you're bored, lean in. It could spark your next big idea. Don't just go to scroll because it's not going to help.
You know, I was listening to this motivational speaker that I haven't listened to in a long time. I can't remember his name. He said, if you're ever in a situation and you need an answer, he goes, sit in silence for an hour.
An hour?
An hour. In silence for an hour, and you will get your answers. Probably with just kind of backing up what you were saying.
Exactly. You're activating those little moments in your brain. And my kids, like, they finished school yesterday, and I know, like, it's basically probably going to be tomorrow where they're like, I'm bored. And I'll be like, this is fantastic. Mm-hmm. You're activating a part of your brain. Use it to create
They're
something.
Like, Mom's lost her mind.
Totally. This is wild, and it's kind of cool, but kind of creepy at the same time. Scientists in China made contact lenses that let you see in total darkness without bulky night vision gear. Jeez. These bad boys convert invisible infrared light into stuff your eyes can actually see. And here's the even creepier point. They work when your eyes are closed.
What?
They work when your eyes are closed because infrared light gets through your eyelids.
So how would you be able to sleep with those on? If
Well,
you're
I
just
mean, they're
seeing
contact
things?
lenses, so you would take them out. You probably wouldn't sleep with them.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
not what you're going to use them for. You're going to use them to creep
to
around your
spy on
boyfriend's
people.
apartment. To
I
see
would
who's
use
doing.
them. I would use them to crush Marco Polo.
Yeah. Right now it's still in testing, but future you may be able to spot heat and hidden signals and just kind of freak people out. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Peyton, what is the vibe for predictions today on the Friday of Memorial Day weekend?
Well, it's graduation season, so I'm going to tell you what kind of graduate you are, even if you graduated years ago, based on your zodiac sign.
877-937-1047. Peyton's predictions. Chris, good morning.
Yeah, hi, how you doing? I'm a Taurus.
Okay, Taurus. You guys are the I deserve a break grad. You were first in line for the charcuterie board after graduation. You're all about cozying up, celebrating yourself, and making sure post-grad life includes naps, snacks, and luxury.
Stephanie, good morning. What's your sign? Stephanie?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you say my name. I'm a Virgo.
Perfect, just like John Jay. Okay, Virgos, you guys are the chill but still judging you grad. You didn't stress out about graduating. You kind of just vibed your way through the finish line. But don't get it twisted. Just because you were unbothered doesn't mean you didn't notice everyone else's chaos. You were the master of minimal effort, maximum results.
All right.
Peyton, there is nothing chill about a Virgo.
I know.
You're so right.
Oh, Stephanie. All right. Have a great day, Stephanie. Thank you for listening.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Let's go with Libras.
Yeah, Kyle is our Libra in the room. Kyle, you're the still figuring it out, but you look cute grad. Your post-grad life is kind of a mix of vibes, mood boards, and indecision, but your aesthetic is flawless, and you're just figuring it out, and that's more than enough.
I think that's a good time to figure out life.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Very Libra of you to say.
Pisces?
Yes, Rich, Pisces. You're the dreamy grad. You're either launching your poetry brand, starting a cottagecore Etsy shop, or crying into your journal. There's no in between. Your post-grad life is full of big dreams and emotional depth.
It's true.
You were the one that was crying.
Sometimes I didn't cry at my graduation, but I can see where the female Pisces might.
Uh-huh.
But definitely, when you dream big, sometimes you get those dreams. So why not?
Look at that.
It's graduation season, and all morning long, we want to hear about what your degree is in versus what you actually do. We're going to get to that just a little bit later. 877-937-1047. If we didn't get to your sign there, I'll post it on our website, johnjaneRich.com. Do you see that? I think SZA brought Lizzo out last night.
Oh, that's cool.
Hold on, you got to turn your mic on. Rich, can you turn Peyton's mic on? She's part of the show. You get a chance.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, so I saw that SZA brought Peyton out to the SZA concert.
That was pretty amazing.
You figure
I
it
would
out.
Probably die
Anyway.
if that happened.
We got tickets to Kendrick and SZA. You're never more than 30 minutes away. I suggest right now, get ahead of everybody and go right now to the free iHeartRadio app and leave us a talk back. Oh my God, so there's technical difficulties right now? So Peyton and Kyle cannot hear us, Rich.
Hey, hold on.
Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Something
How about
just-
now?
I may have just blown an eardrum.
Oh, that's happened to me before. Can you hear now, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
Wow, Dr. Barra. Ear, nose, and throat.
All I do is just punch the board, and sometimes good things happen, sometimes bad things happen.
Last night, real quick, my son Dutch graduated high school. It was a late night for me. Kyle's niece graduated high school. It was a late night for her. Like, I went to bed around 10:45 last night. Do you have any idea what time you went to bed?
It was probably around 10, 10:30.
And then you got up at like an unreasonable hour.
3.
Yeah, same here. But I want to tell you, because I feel like I need to say this. These jeans I'm wearing right now, they were brand new yesterday. I took the tags off them. I bought them like a year ago.
me see.
Well, they're just jeans. They're just jeans. But so I took the tag off them yesterday. I wore them yesterday in the studio. I am wearing the same socks that I wore yesterday. I'm wearing the same jeans that I wore yesterday. I'm wearing the same dirty tennis shoes I was wearing yesterday. And I'm wearing the same T-shirt that I wore yesterday. But I am wearing clean underwear.
Okay, good.
And I did shower. I just was too lazy
John Jay.
to go like,
Hey, listen.
all of a sudden, Peyton turned into some hoity-toity New Hampshire.
Well, it's like
You must change your...
What's all you
smell
doing?
sour over there.
Oh, you're not loaned.
I was literally, my shirt was rolled up in a ball in the corner. I'm putting it on.
Ew.
You know, listen.
Is it
I
what you
think
wore
it's-
last
Do you know
night
that-
to the graduation?
No, not to the graduation. It's the same thing I've told you
Oh.
before. I wore it on the show, and then I went to the gym and took it off and put it in a workout bag.
Okay, so
And then-
it's a half. It was
a
a
ha-
half
I'll
day.
accept that.
Right. And jeans you can wear all the time.
Yeah.
Clean underwear, you're good. Yeah, I think as long as you clean you have new underwear, you're good.
But I had this pile of clothes in my closet, and when I took off my socks yesterday, this morning I could only find one sock. Instead of going to the sock drawer and putting on another pair of socks, I tore apart the whole place looking for the other sock. But I was so tired to find a dirty sock. I'm
Yeah.
wearing 2 dirty socks.
I'm seeing the cracks form in your, both of you right now. So they're going to both lose it on us for something.
I'm gonna
Speaking of the
say
way,
we're
speaking of the way Peyton, I'm going to get the stacks and hacks in a second, but speaking of the way that Peyton said, Tanjay, have you guys seen the show? I started watching the show yesterday on Netflix, and it's already number 1 on Netflix. You guys start watching it? Anybody watching the
What's
show?
it called?
It's called Sirens.
Oh, I
It is a
saw
trip.
It. No, I haven't started watching it though. I
Okay.
do want to watch it though.
I'm only about halfway in the first episode, and let me just tell you the premise because it's so different. It's this girl, and she looks so familiar. I don't know where I know her from. I want to guess that she was the queen of Game of Thrones, but she doesn't have an hello. She's speaking American, and she is this obscenely wealthy person's assistant, and their relationship is really bizarre. And the sister, her older sister, who's like troubled, kind of, crashes this mansion where they're all obscenely wealthy. And they all speak like when Peyton went, John Jay. So, anyway. And also, Kevin Bacon is the billionaire. So that's all I got so far.
Well, he's in a lot of stuff.
He is. All right, stacks and hacks. I have stack information, stacks information. Rich has life hacks. Let's see. Oh, did you know, apparently cleaning your house for your house cleaner is surprisingly popular. 53% of Americans say if they hired someone to come clean their house, they would probably tidy up beforehand.
I do that
Yeah,
all the time.
I do. That was like a rule in our house. Like if we had the house cleaners that were coming, my mom said their job isn't to pick up after you, it's to clean, so your room needs to be picked up.
Do you usually wash your hair before you go in to get a haircut?
No.
No.
Well, I usually make sure it's been washed within a day or two.
60% of people say yes, they do. Last question. And this is a 95% people said yes. Do you brush your teeth before going to the dentist?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Have to.
I was eating a bunch of blueberries in the parking lot of the dentist's office, and I was like, oh, no. No.
They always get stuck in your teeth.
A random poll asked people, if you saw a fly in a spider web, would you set it free? Would you?
No.
No. Only 3% of people said they would. Wallet Hub posted a bunch of stats and facts for Memorial Day. They said the average cost of a Memorial Day cookout this year is $31.40.
Per person?
Mm-hmm. Some passengers on an airline flight in India had a rough flight on Wednesday. The plane got hit by bad turbulence, then hail, then a bird. The plane, when it landed, has a hole in the front of the nose. This is what it was like in the plane. Like the whole flight.
That's so scary.
A teacher in Louisiana got arrested after dropping a bag of cocaine in the hallway at school.
Oops.
For some reason, this is so weird, but this I saw this story and it reminded me of Kyle. And I don't know, have you ever said close but no cigar?
Yeah.
Close but no cigar.
Yeah.
Do you know where that came from?
No.
Comes from carnivals in the early 1900s when they used to give out cigars as prizes for winning games.
That's so funny. You have to say it like old-timey, too.
Right.
Like close, but no cigar, right?
Rich, what you got for life hacks?
You ever try to write something and you get stuck and you're just stuck in that writer's block? It could be a letter. It could be an email. It could be something creative. It is not a good place to be because your brain just stalls. So experts say there's a key to getting you fired up. And it is simply this. Just start to write the next sentence because you're tricking your brain. You're tricking your whole personality. Because when you start something and then you walk away, your mind actually wants to finish it in a positive way. So you're basically kicking it off. It loves momentum. Your brain loves momentum and moving forward. So even if you don't know, even if your next sentence is a piece of garbage, do it anyway, walk away, come back, and you will find it better. Or you could take the John Jay route and just use ChatGPT. Mm-hmm. And then you can finish it like that.
I used ChatGPT for something yesterday that blew my mind. Like it gets to know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like somebody asks for help to something from our foundation. And, we can't do that with the fact that, the sponsor, like a car sponsor or whatever, and Love Pup can't do that. We're trying to raise money for ourselves. And all I did was, I said, could you please respectfully decline this? And the response was phenomenal.
That's good.
I just wanted to praise ChatGPT and thank them over. Like, I don't know how to make them happy.
I know.
Do you ever say to ChatGPT, you get me. Nobody else gets me.
I had not said that, but it does get
Thank you
me.
for getting me.
All right, I just got closure. I was right.
God.
You guys heard it on speakerphone. I was right.
Right. You were partially right.
You
got his name wrong.
No, I got his name right. That's the nickname they call him because he's got two first names.
Oh, okay.
But the Nathan, it is Camelot Holmes. I just don't understand that world. So anyway, I know. Got a little sidetracked. What do you expect? About 2 hours sleep. Come on. Come on. And it's a Friday. It's Memorial Weekend. Molly, good morning. What is your degree in and what do you do now?
Hi.
Hi.
So I got my degree I have a master's in early childhood education, and I am currently a cottage baker specializing in macarons.
Whoa.
Yum.
Oh, you said macaron.
What makes you a cottage baker?
So I work from my home kitchen in Arizona.
Her cottage, if you will.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
That's my little cottage.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. What is it like cottage cheese? What is a cottage
Like a
baker?
home.
This is what they call us. So because I don't work in a commercial kitchen, I work from my home. I'm
They make-
known as a cottage baker.
Don't you remember they used to call homes in the old Camelot days cottages?
Like a cottage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
So
what's the
if she
baking part?
bakes from her
Yeah.
home, they call her a cottage baker.
And then you sell those things, the cakes, wherever?
I do.
Macarons.
Where?
Macarons.
Yep.
Where?
I sell them everywhere through my Instagram. I do farmers markets, word of mouth.
Ooh, is there a farmer's market this weekend anywhere?
There are the Arrowhead Farmers Market this weekend at the Arrowhead Mall.
All right,
I won't be there, but you can check me out on Instagram.
Okay, what's your Instagram?
It's Baddest Batch Macarons.
Oh,
All right, Molly.
Very creative.
Thanks, Molly. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one. We love your show.
Thank you. Yeah, my son Kemp, one of the things I was telling you about, he wants farmers markets because he wants to buy raw milk. So we found some raw milk at a store. Have you heard of this yet?
No.
Yeah, there's this girl on TikTok that I follow, and she only eats raw milk, raw cheese, and she eats steak every single day for her meal.
That's like him. And he wants to go to a farmer's market. And Blake, my wife, was like, well, it's getting hot. They're all going to close down. And so I'm hoping that they're like the central
Seems
one.
like a big weekend for something like that.
I would think so. So probably if you know of any farmers market, shoot me a DM. Let me know because we'll hit them all this weekend. But there's a butcher shop. I almost don't want to say. You know how Peyton, you're gatekeeping this coffee shop?
I'm not telling anyone.
I kind of don't want to say about this butcher shop that has the raw milk and the steak.
Oh, they got it all.
Oh, they got it all. And it's really good.
Is it because of those fads, or they just carry those?
I don't know. That's a great question. Let me ask Nate Nathanson.
Okay.
Debbie, good morning. What is your degree in and what do you do for a living?
Hi, good morning. So I was a film major. I really wanted to make movies. I did that for a little while, and now I'm a registered nurse.
Wow.
That's a big switch.
Yeah, it is.
Is there any times when you're like in your nursing job that you're like, oh my gosh, this could be a movie?
No.
Oh, you flip that switch off.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't make any money, and I wasn't getting enough work, and I did a few things in between, but then I just decided I'm always going to have work being a nurse, and I really love it, and I love my patients, so.
Any movies that you've worked on that we can stream anywhere?
No, well, I made one. Well, one was, there were a lot of independent because I was young and I didn't have any experience. So one was called It's in the Water. I think it was maybe like a gay film. I'm not really sure. I just took any kind of movie I could get on. So.
Any patients of yours that maybe we could go visit? We just want to support you in any way possible.
No. No, but I work now I'm in admin at Encompass Health Rehabilitation Hospital. So we do post-acute care for strokes, and we rehab people, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and medical. So that's a shout out.
Hey, thanks, Debbie. Have a great day.
No problem. You too. Bye-bye.
Give Nate Nathanson my love. Jane, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi. What's your degree in and what do you do now?
I was calling for Billie Eilish, but I do have an
it says here, Jane, degree.
Yeah, so it is true. My degree, my bachelor's is in healthcare administration, but I'm currently a federal law enforcement officer.
Oh,
Right
wow,
on.
that's cool.
What does that mean? What are your federal? Is that FBI?
Yeah, there's a variety of different agencies I've worked for, but yes, currently I do law enforcement for the federal government.
Busting
That
perps.
was my dream, my whole life. That's literally
We
why I
should
went to school for
talk.
that.
Yeah, Peyton would be a good cop.
We should
So,
talk.
but when you go to work, do you put a uniform on or do you have something else?
I'm plain clothes. I'm not in a uniform.
So if there was a crime scene, will you have a jacket that says FBI?
I will have different letters on it, but yes, I will have a jacket.
What letters are on your jacket?
I don't want to say.
Why?
DEA.
I don't want to say.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. What if
CIA.
you tell us, and maybe we'll let you play. We'll let you play the game for Billie Eilish tickets. FBI. Okay.
That's a crime. That might be blackmail or extortion.
Oh, yeah, you better watch how you're doing, John Jay. You better not be throwing that out.
She doesn't
No,
know.
that is bull crap. You know who said that? Richard Bradley Barra. Look him up. I have global entry.
She doesn't know. She didn't go to college for that. She doesn't know.
How come you can't say what department you're in?
Well, I just don't. I just don't. I don't
NSA,
tied
DOD,
up with my bosses.
Because she's undercover.
NRO.
Kyle, dang. Watch a lot of TV. Yeah.
Probably
Nick?
undercover.
Guys, this isn't even her real name.
Oh, really?
Of course it isn't.
Jane.
Of course it isn't.
Of course.
She's
Okay.
undercover right now.
Let me ask you this: do you go to crime scenes?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm not usually the first one there, but eventually I'll get there.
When you go to a crime scene, are you holding a styrofoam cup with a cup of coffee in it?
What do we got here, boys?
Does it have to be styrofoam?
No.
Can I please
Those
go to
are
a
other
crime scene
initials.
with you?
Yes, will you? Can you take Peyton on a field trip to
I
a crime
wanted to be
scene?
a homicide detective for so long. I mean, I love what I do now. I don't think I would ever want to do it again, but that was literally my childhood. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be Olivia Benson.
Yeah, absolutely. We can talk after. But yes, you definitely have to work your way up to that. You don't get to just show up and investigate dead bodies
Okay.
right away.
So when you became an FBI agent or a federal government agent, did you have to take a lie detector test?
Yes.
And did they, I know you obviously passed or whatever, but did they want you to, I knew this guy that tried to get in the FBI and he did really well on the lie detector test and they didn't pick him because they wanted you to have some sort of flaws. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not a fun day. It's very stressful. I spilled my guts. I mean, I don't have that much to hide, so I just was honest and yeah, I'm not perfect, so yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not a polygraph examiner, so I don't know exactly.
Okay, if you're not perfect, Jane, then tell us what department you're in, and you can play.
DHS.
You can play for Billie Eilish. tickets.
CID.
Again, back to the extortion. I think I've heard it.
Yeah, I know, but that's how the FBI wants to know you're a little flawed. As my friend said, that you're willing to take a bribe.
Brother.
You don't get the tickets. You still got to play. You still got to play the game. You still got to win the game.
The pressure.
Oh,
That's not right to put her in that position.
So do we let her play the game?
It's
Yes.
classified, John Jay.
Do we
It's
let her play the
classified.
game? Do we let her play the game?
Heck yeah, well, now that you've been dangling the carrot.
I think she's going to be a good contestant. I say yes.
All right.
we'll try.
All right,
Maybe she
Jane.
could tell us one thing she spilled her guts on. Like, you stole your friend's pencil eraser in 3rd grade?
Yeah, those are the type of questions. Like, were you the kid that like told your parents you were going to the library but actually snuck out to the movies?
Oh, okay.
That kind of stuff. So yeah, it was, like I said, it wasn't a fun day. You don't leave feeling good and but the thing is they want integrity, right? So you have to answer the questions honestly, not hide anything. And yeah, like I said, I'm not really sure. I just was excited that I passed and hopefully we'll never have to do that again.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. That's fun.
All right,
That's
so if you
exciting.
play for Billie Eilish tickets and you win, who are you taking?
My 11-year-old daughter.
All right. Nick, do you just want to play? You want to play? You just come in and play right now? All right.
Heck
All
yeah.
right, Jane, so you can be our contestant. That's so wild that your name's not really
Great.
Jane and we fell for it.
We
You
did.
totally fell for it.
It was sneaky.
What part of town do you live in, Jane?
I couldn't tell you that. No, I'm kidding. I'm in I'm in Scottsdale.
Oh.
Hesitation.
I'm not in a Camelot home, though, I can tell you that.
Do you know Nate Nathanson?
And I don't know Nate Nathanson. No, I don't. I can find out for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we keep you on, whenever we need help with something? Like, if we
Retainer.
bring back misconnections, maybe she can help us with that when we try to track people down.
Oh, yeah.
Jane, all right.
Right.
All right, hold on. So Nick's are you on your way to work right now?
I'm parked right now, but yes.
Yeah. Well, okay. And if you go to work, where do you go? Are you going to a crime scene?
Let's hope not. It's a Friday before a holiday weekend.
Oh, people don't commit
right.
crimes on holiday weekends.
So, like yesterday, there was quite a few stories in the news locally yesterday that made national news. Are you a part of any of those stories?
I am not. I was actually on leave yesterday too, but
On leave, does that mean you got in trouble?
You're too close, damn it. Jane, we're going to pull you back.
that means I was on mom duty. It was my kid's last
Last
So-
day
I
of
was busy doing
school.
my
But in FBI
I was
world,
doing my other job.
you don't say day
My other
off.
job.
You don't say day off. You say on leave.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Nick. What are we going to play? We ready?
I think so. It feels like we're ready.
Yeah, let's play.
I feel like I've been interrogated. My polygraph was easier.
Okay, quote, Jane. We're playing a brand new game today, guys. We're giving away Billie Eilish tickets. Everyone knows that Billie and her brother Phineas are super close, right?
Sure.
They collaborate on everything. We're going to play a game called Sibling Rivalry.
Ooh, I
And
like
it's
that.
based
Okay.
specifically on the famous celebrity siblings in Hollywood.
Okay.
Oh.
The first round, I pulled some facts about some siblings, and you have to tell me, I just need the last name of said siblings, okay? We're going to start with John Jay. John Jay, all three of these siblings auditioned for the role of Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And at one point, one of them was considered a frontrunner.
Hemsworth?
Oh,
We were, in fact, looking for the Hemsworth brothers.
All three of them. I feel like they picked the right one.
Fun fact.
Oh, yeah.
Liam was actually considered the frontrunner after their first set of auditions.
There's
and then he and
three
Chris got
Hemsworth brothers?
Yeah. Surprise.
I feel bad for the third one. I don't know.
I'm sure he appreciates that. Rich, these siblings were the youngest producers in Hollywood history by the age of 6. When they were in elementary school, they formed Dual Star Entertainment Group, their own production company.
Well, I can only think of 2 brothers that you would think about
Okay.
connected to the Marvel universe, and I think that's the Russo brothers.
Okay. Yeah, you went the wrong way.
Peyton.
We were looking for Peyton.
The Olsen sisters.
The Olsen twins.
That's good.
I was like, I don't think he said brother.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
these siblings.
Siblings, okay.
You know what they call me, Rich?
Tricky Nicky.
That was Tricky Nicky at it again.
Classic Tricky Nicky.
Peyton, these siblings starred together in the 1989 film Little Monsters, making their first on-screen collaboration. Their next on-screen reunion came on a classic ABC sitcom that aired on TGIF almost 10 years after.
Oh my goodness. Wasn't even born then. The Russo brothers.
The
John Jay.
Russo brothers. Yes, John Jay.
The Olsen sisters?
Steele.
Oh, I'm sorry, John Jay. That's wrong,
Jane
too.
for the steal.
Jane.
Steele. Ben Savage and his brother.
Ben and Fred Savage.
Wow, James.
She's on her laptop digging in Nick's past.
Boy Meets World. Got it. Way to go, Jane.
That's always at the top of the FBI
She's
computer.
like, I cross-referenced Nick Johnson with...
Hobbies and interests.
All right. Kyle. In 2001, these sisters became the first sisters in history to face each other in a Grand Slam final at the U.S. Open. What's even more impressive is that they face each other in 9 Grand Slam finals, and between them, they've won over 30 Grand Slam singles titles.
That would be the Williams sisters.
Yeah,
Venus
Venus and Serena.
Yay.
All right. So, Jane, this one's for you. In 2015, the mom of this set of siblings trademarked the term momager. Originally, she had just used it as a nickname as her dual role as mom and manager for her children.
Well, Kris Jenner, the Kardashians.
The Kardashians is correct. All right. After one round, Jane in a commanding 1-point lead. But this could all change as we move into the audio portion. These are all musical artists who are siblings, okay, guys?
Okay.
We're going to start with John Jay.
Jonas Brothers?
The Jonas Brothers is
Yeah,
correct.
what?
1 point for John Jay in this game. Way to go. Rick.
Tick, 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 5. Now tick, 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 5. Now tick, 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 5. Now tick, 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 5. Now pose for the camera, now click, click, click.
Beyonce and Solange.
Beyonce and Solange.
I think of
the
Beyonce.
Knowles sisters.
To recognize that.
Yeah, and then I was like, Peyton, is Solange in any Beyonce song? She is not. She is just in that video. So
I'm so glad you said, because I was sitting there going, that's Solange. And I was like, who is this sister?
Right.
Put some respect on Solange Knowles' name right
Oh, yeah.
now.
She got that Crane album. That's good.
Yeah, Cranes in the Sky, it's
Yep.
a hit.
What do you mean? She can punch.
Yeah, that too.
I didn't have that clip handy. I'm sorry.
The
guys.
elevator clip, you couldn't pull it out of the archives?
Yeah, my bad. Peyton.
Summertime is meant to fall in love. Why won't you confess to all of us? Drip drop on my necklace off the puss. I ain't get those texts, you know I'm sorry. Honest, you need to hear my side of the story.
I did not think you would need this much of the song.
I have no idea who that is. Is
Wow.
that Khalid?
Okay, Khalid. Do you know a famous Khalid sibling?
I don't. I
Okay.
have no idea who that is.
Yeah, that's because it's wrong. We were looking for Jaden and Willow Smith.
Okay, you
I
should have
thought-
picked up better song.
You wanted to marry Jaden Smith.
Wow.
They're both
Listen,
in
he
that.
chose Kylie Jenner over me. I'm over it. That's
Okay.
fine.
All right. Well,
I would have accepted like
I
emo
figured that was a
girl,
slam dunk for
Pumped
you,
Up
but
Kicks,
that's fine.
Jaden Smith's version.
We're gonna move on now, Peyton. We don't have that much time. Kyle.
Hanson brothers.
Way to go, Kyle.
Wow.
You got 2 points in this game, setting a new record. Way to go. Jane, I wish you luck. You can win the game right here.
Oh! Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas.
All right, Jane, you're going to go see Billie Eilish. Congratulations.
Yay! Thank you guys.
All right, hold on the line. We're going to set you up, and thank you so much. And please, if you could go and clear all our records, that'd be great. And give us a good review.
Diplomatic immunity. That's what we want.
Hold on. Fun game, Nick. Way to go. By the way, we got Billie Eilish tickets every day next week, too. And more. Are we allowed to say the other part? Or is that
We can say the other part,
All right.
yes.
Every day next week, we have tickets to Billie Eilish and trips to see Jennifer Lopez in Las Vegas. That's
So
every
exciting.
day next
Big
week. Every day
time.
next week. Okay, let's get to some entertaining news. What do you guys got?
So Kid Cudi took the stand yesterday in the Diddy trial and said Diddy literally firebombed his car after learning about his relationship with Cassie. Now, Kid Cudi described a pretty chilling sequence of breaking at his home. Then security cameras were tampered with, Christmas gifts were unwrapped, and his dog was locked in the bathroom. Days after the breakup, though, Kid Cudi's car exploded. Now, he actually ran into Diddy after the event and said, like, he stared him down, confronted him about it, and said Diddy stood over him like a supervillain and totally denied his involvement in it. And then he looked straight at the jury and was like, he's lying.
That's insane. Honestly, the Kid Cudi thing, when he walked in to the courtroom, he's like smoking a cigarette, and I'm like, oh yeah, Diddy's about to go down right now. And I think him bringing up what Diddy did to his dog and essentially was harming his dog, I think is going to hit hard with the jury, because it's like you obviously don't care about any form of life at this point.
Yeah. I mean, Cudi walked in like cool, calm, and collected, but afterwards he hopped on Instagram and he was like, that was like one of the most stressful things I've ever had to experience. It was a lot to carry, but he was grateful for the support that he's gotten and grateful that it's over now. Now, you mentioned the jury picking it. I found this fascinating because all sorts of crazy things have been coming out, right, in this trial. Like, you know, really gruesome, really explicit things. And the jury yesterday heard former assistants for Diddy detailing some bizarre food habits. Like, apparently Diddy always had to have applesauce on his cheeseburgers, right? Which is weird. But after all they've heard in court, apparently the jury like visibly winced at that. I'm like, out of all the things,
Oh, really?
out of all the
Let me
things
ask
he
you
winced
something.
at, right?
That makes me concerned the prosecution isn't very good if somehow you have all this stuff we've heard about and they're talking about how he ordered his hamburgers.
Well, they also,
Right.
you know, went into graphic allegations of abuse, misconduct on the private jet. This was just things that the assistants revealed during the day yesterday. But that was the one thing that stood out to me because I'm like,
Was
you
it
guys heard
nuts?
so many things. Come on, like that's what gets to you. In any case, so Kanye West, he surprised a lot of people yesterday and basically announced that he is over being anti-Semitic. He's done with that. It took a phone call for his kids to be like, basically, you know, we don't know what was detailed in the conversation, but I guess they were like, Dad, come on, like, this is not cool. And so he said he's basically done with that. In the meantime, and I'm not sure if these two are related, but apparently Kanye and his wife Bianca have checked into a rehab facility in Spain. This place costs $250,000 a week. It is a luxury facility, and there's no word on what he checked in for, but maybe he is trying to rehab and come to terms and maybe come up with an actual apology. But after releasing like a song called Hail Hitler and all the stuff that he said, I'm not sure how easily you can undo that.
Yeah, honestly, they probably both need to be in rehab because, Bianca, how can you stand by a man that is spewing just hate into the world? But on Kanye's Twitter rant, he's like, God forgive me for the pain that I've caused. I forgive those who have caused me pain. I simply got a FaceTime from my kids and now I want to save the world again. So it's like, there's obviously something seriously not right with him up there, and I hope he gets the help that he needs.
Totally. He's wavering, and we've all kind of known this is sort of happening. Taylor Swift got a real sigh of relief yesterday because Justin Baldoni's lawyers have withdrawn their subpoenas, saying that they got all the necessary information without requiring Swift's testimony. This is huge. She didn't want to be involved from the very beginning. She said she wasn't involved in anything in the movie and didn't want to have to go through a subpoena, which is like a really grueling process. So she was like, she had to go like this, you know,
So
wipe
they
the
used
sweat
her
off her
name,
brow, like
they
that's
used her
fine.
name long enough to like cause a rift between her and Blake Lively, because I saw the other day they're just done.
Oh, done.
Yeah.
Right.
Done.
I mean, I think anybody would be completely done with that. But on the flip side of things, Miley Cyrus, she opened up about Harrison Ford and how he talked her out of her original idea of touring her new album, Something Beautiful. Miley Cyrus was going to do it in some forest, and she showed the idea to Harrison Ford. He was like, yeah, that looks real expensive. What are you going to do? Get people to go out to a forest and listen to your shows? So she's vetoed that idea, but who knows if we'll actually get a Something Beautiful tour.
She's so badass, though, because she actually opened up about how, like, you know, in show business, it's like the show must go on. Like, for Miley Cyrus, that is 100% true, because she shared, like, a traumatical, yeah. Well, it was a traumatic medical experience
Traumatical.
she had.
When I was doing my New Year's show, it was Dolly and Lauren, who, like, there's no getting out of doing a show with those two.
Yeah.
And so I had a medical emergency. I had a ovarian cyst rupture, which we didn't know exactly what was going on, so we did it. But it was pretty traumatic because it was, like, extremely excruciating, and I did the show anyways. But, you know, it was really, really hard on me, and I had dinner with Lauren, and, you know, he said something that now has stuck with me. He goes, 6 months. Everybody has 6 months to feel sorry for themselves. And then we start to rebuild.
That's insane. Like, she literally did an entire show with her ovarian cyst rupturing.
Wow.
Like, Miley's,
She's a
she's
boss.
a queen. Yeah.
All right, leave us a talkback message right now to get qualified to win